Hello, Jorge. Thank you very much for joining us today. Just to get started, if you want to briefly introduce yourself, where you live, what are you doing, and where are you based?
My name is Jorge Kozulj. I'm originally from Argentina, and I live in a town called Bariloche, which is one of the main mountain towns in Argentina and Patagonia, in northern Patagonia. And I have been a fully certified IFMGA mountain guide since 2005. I own a business called Andescross. I started very slowly in 1999. First with small guided trips, and then became a little bit bigger. And I have been from all kind of little adventures, and then I put my niche into ski mountaineering and ski touring because it was what I liked the most. But I started with a global idea without exactly knowing what I wanted to do. I call it Andescross because originally I thought in doing a trek that crossed the Andes from Bariloche, my hometown, to Chile and getting to the ocean. And I was thinking that was fun. And when I started that, first originally I thought, well, I'm going to offer a little bit of everything, and I will see where I get to. And then I put some products. I started with horseback riding to Chile and fly fishing and rafting trips, and trying to combine everything. And all of a sudden, it started to just shrink into my niche and the thing where I felt that I have more passion, and I just let it synchronize naturally for what I like it. I mean, I have requests, say, for doing stuff that I was not interested in, maybe I didn't do it. And all that was building my career into what I love it the most. And that became to be a ski touring and ski mountaineer at the time. And that might change over time, but that have been my niche and what I do the most.
Yeah.
So
just a quick question. Did you start your business right away after you got your guiding certification, or did you work as a freelance guide before that?
No, it became more like this. I started to study engineering and architecture, doing something completely different. But I have big passion for skiing since I was very, very young. We live in different city. We came to Bariloche. I saw the mountains, and when I was 12, I wanted to ski. And then I started first to work as a hut keeper. And then I look at this in a hut. I look at the skis or something that can lead me into a path where I can be in the mountains most of the time. So I start first as a hiking guide in 1998 and as a ski patrol in 1996, say. And 1999, I started this business when the internet came out. It was in 1995. So my friend that was living in California told me, you should have a website offering these trips. So I started in 99. And by then I was already a hiking guide or trekking guide by 1998, 1999. And then I started. And then I started the business before becoming a guide, a fully certified guide. And in 2005, I became fully certified.
And so I know that you and I, Jorge, we met, I think, in the early 2000s, ice climbing in Banff in Canada. And then from there, I've actually come down to Bariloche and I've stayed with you. So I've known you for a very long time. But can you tell us a little bit about the travels? So I know that you've been to Canada, obviously, and then I've randomly run into you in Alaska. But with your profession and your work, where are the various places that it's taken you? I know that your business is centralized around Bariloche, but are you also guiding in other locations? And are you doing that because you go to places that you want to, or are you following where the client's needs are? Or just tell us about kind of the global travel because of your work.
Yeah, originally I started locally, but I always saw inspirational people or travelers or other guides that were coming from overseas to my town. So I always wanted to travel and see the world. So as you say, before being a guide, I have been a climber and a skier and all that. So I liked the idea of seeing places. And then my ultimate dream was to be able to travel overseas, to do trips overseas. But when you are young, this in my mind was like not possible. But I start to, once I have the opportunity that clients invite me to go, say, to this trip to Norway, and then I did my first trip to Norway with them in 2010. So, and then I start to expand it and say, oh, okay, I can do this overseas and I can do this all over the world. And I started to work like that, and this ambition or dream of seeing new places start to grow. And I start offering with the same clientele and then to other clientele to do trips in Iceland, in Norway. And today I have been all over the world, pretty much. I have been in Kamchatka, in northern Norway. This year I'm going with 2 sailing boat trips to Norway to do skiing and sailing. And of course the Alps and where you guys are, like the Valais and all that. I'm going back there this winter for another trip. So yeah, expanded my career very, very well with being a fully certified IFMGA guide. This is, have been very special. I never thought at the beginning that was going to be that good and possible, but you just start to dream it and make it bigger. And if you have the eager to make it happen, it happens.
Yeah, I think you started out at a very fortunate time for you when the internet was just coming out. But when you look at this situation nowadays, is there a lot more competition? And I assume you have to put more efforts into marketing. So can you just focus a little bit on your marketing efforts, or how much of a strong emphasis do you have on that?
Okay. Yeah, I don't do much marketing today. I have a very good word of mouth that works quite good, and this is what keeps me up. And also I have the help of a newsletter. I do 2 newsletters or 3 newsletters a year, no more. Though I reach maybe around 5,000 people all over the years since these 25 years, and maybe put me in the spam box. No, I'm just kidding. The many of them are well taken. When you see the reviews and all that, say only 1% doesn't like them, which I understand, but most of people check and then the other marketing strategy I have is maybe Instagram, but I don't do like very, very steady Instagram. Really, it's a word of mouth, and also the Google and Google reviews helps a lot. And that's pretty much it. I don't do a very, very strong campaign in marketing. I try to do a good work and keep it small and just organic growth. And just time was my compound interest. I would say that it's more like the people talking to other people is what keeps me more alive in the industry, I would say. And the growing is not so big, but it's something I can control. I don't know if I want to get out of control and just stop absolutely the sport to do on my own for being in the business. But maybe I do. I don't know. I just try to keep it organically for what it takes me there. Make sense?
Yeah. No, it sounds like you're.
I don't know. In English, I don't know if I can explain it well enough what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. So I have a question about young people, or any age really, but if somebody wants to get into the same industry as you, what would you advise them to do, or what would be any general advice that you would give them?
You want me to tell you the truth? No, have been very, very, very good. I mean, I could say I had a dream life of guiding and traveling and seeing places and going to remote places on Earth like Antarctica, northern Norway, places that I never imagined I was going to be, today seems easy because today flights are cheap, and to travel is not that crazy anymore. Like it's pretty normal for everybody. So yeah, I would say I recommend it. It's hard then when you have a family. Like for me now that I became a dad later, like I'm 50, and so I would say it's beautiful, but you have to plan it well. And the pros are like you see a lot of places, you meet a lot of people, you get a very, very rich experience in life, I would say, for what I aspire at least. But for the family part, it's something that you have to think carefully. If you build this business, I mean, you don't need to run the trips. I do the trips because I love to be with the guests and I love the traveling and all that, but that part is hard. And the other part that is hard is the risk. You always manage risk. And when you become a business, you give a job to guides and you have to trust them. And we are not perfect human beings. So risk is always there. And it's something that you have to encourage on guides and people to be all the time. But I think, I mean, we deal with human lives, which is very, very important. So now in the past, I was very bold to say it like this. And I push it the limit maybe a little bit more. And now I'm really, really conservative, maybe over conservative, I would say, in the trips, in the traveling and all that. But it's something important for people to know. I mean, you have all the insurance and all that, but I'm talking about what you feel inside, how you feel inside when you do this, not what covers you or insurance company and all that, just the pressure you feel on your back. But I feel it's the same if you do, like a big building and you are an engineer, or you do big bridges, or you do skyscrapers or stuff like that. I mean, everything has, or you are a doctor, everything has this commitment, right?
Yeah. I fully agree with that. Like your take on risk certainly changes with experience and with age. And once you have a family and more, balls up in the air, it's certainly a different take on that. So another question I have for you. So you're obviously working with other guides. You're hiring guides to run your trips. So next to the technical qualifications, so what are things you're looking out for in terms of skills they need to bring in that you feel comfortable of hiring them?
What I look into guides, that's the question. What I look into a guide when I hire them?
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah. Next to the minimum requirement is some higher level technical certifications, but next to that, what is important to you?
Common sense. I try to see somebody that has common sense that is. I mean, maybe many people is like really good skill level, really technical. They know all how to do all the maneuvers, all the glacier travel skills. They climb 8B, everything, but it's a little bit like no sense. Like it's just into what, you need somebody that has the big picture more than the climbing skill. I try to look for the big picture, somebody that has like a good core, it could be very nice with people, but a little bit loose. No, it could be very good on skills, but with people, well, first will be, of course, safety, secure, mature, and then I look if it's nice to the clients, because many guides are not nice to the clients. Like me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but sometimes it's important to be nice to guests, but you have to be clear and say, I mean, I don't know. I talk from my experience. Maybe somebody thinks different, and somebody that owns a different business thinks this differently. But yeah, did I answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, you certainly
so
did.
what we're building with the European Center of Adventure Training, and our programs are starting in September, we are creating a pathway for students to work in adventure guiding, adventure tourism, outdoor education, or it could simply be a gap year. for a student to go on and to continue to what you're doing to become a fully certified mountain guide, it's possible that one of our students would likely be interested in that pathway, and they would continue on beyond our program for the years to follow that to gain that certification. So I think it's very valuable to speak with you, to get your insights, to hear your stories, and to see somebody in another region from where we're living, and to see somebody who's developed a business based on your passion that you've created that's very successful. And so, yeah, I just want to say thank you for speaking with us. And if anybody's interested in getting in touch with you, is the best way to go to your website or your Instagram page? I know you don't have a huge Instagram page, but is the website the best area?
Yeah, the website and Instagram. I mean, I do. Okay. I see it every day. I'm doing like big marketing. That was what I tried to say. But yes, Instagram or my email, which is jorge@andescross.com. And that's the best.
And andescross.com is your website. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Andescross.
Okay, and we'll put the links in everything as well, so it'll be easy for everyone to find.
Yeah.
And pardon?
You can put info@Andescross or Jorge@Andescross. It's the same.
Okay, great. And if anybody ever needs a guide in your area, they also know who to contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, Jorge.
Well, thank you very much to join in, and thanks for your insights into the professional mountain guiding world.
Okay, bye. If you think you'd like to work in the outdoor industry, but you're not really sure what you would do, head to our website, and we have a free assessment that you can fill out, and we will help you determine that.
To learn more about our training programs, visit our website or sign up to our newsletter.